What is the difference between HTML absolute and relative URL? Imagine you're building a website and want to link pages together. But do you know the best way to do that? Today, we're going to explore two types of links called URL. Understanding these can make your web pages easier to manage and more flexible. An absolute URL is like giving someone the full address to your house. It includes everything needed to find the resource on the internet. This means it has the protocol, which is usually HTTP or HTTPS, the domain name like www, example, com, and the full path to the page or file. For example, if you want to link to a team page on your site, an absolute URL might look like this: example.com/about/team/. This kind of link works anywhere because it points to a specific location on the internet. Now, a relative URL is different. It only gives the path relative to the current page you're on. Think of it like giving directions from your current location rather than the full address. For example, if you're already on the homepage at example.com/index.html and want to link to the team page in the About folder, you can just write Team HTML. Or if you're already inside the About folder, you might just write Team HTML. Relative URL are shorter and easier to update if you move your website to a new domain or change the folder structure. When you're working with lists and links in HTML, knowing when to use absolute or relative URL helps keep your code clean and simple. Use absolute URL when linking to other websites or resources outside your site. This makes sure your links always point to the right place, no matter where the link is used. On the other hand, relative URL are perfect for internal links within your own website. They keep your code shorter and easier to manage, especially if you plan to move your site or change its structure. For example, if your homepage is at example.com/index.html and you want to link to the contact page in the contact folder, an absolute URL would be example.com/contact/index.html. The relative URL from the homepage would be index.html. If you're already on the contact page, linking to a subpage like Team HTML in the same folder would just be Team HTML. Using relative URL makes your website easier to maintain because you don't have to update every link if you change your domain or move files around. But remember, if you're linking to a page on a different website, absolute URL are the way to go. They give a complete address and make sure your link always points to the right spot. So, in summary, absolute URL give the full address of a resource, including the protocol, domain, and path. Relative URL give a path relative to the current page, making links shorter and easier to update within your site. Both are useful tools for creating clear and functional links in HTML, helping your website stay organized and easy to navigate.